our bank account will rise again. Listen closely to what God is working on behind the scenes. Have you ever felt the heaviness of seeing little or nothing in your wallet? The quiet fear that tomorrow may look just like today, or maybe even worse? That sinking feeling. When bills stack up, dreams feel far away, and hope seems like something you lost along the way. I want you to take a slow, deep breath right now, because something powerful is happening where you cannot see it. Something real, something strong, something moving, and it is preparing your life for a financial comeback. What looks like loss, lack, or struggle today is only preparing the ground for your biggest financial breakthrough. God is working in hidden places, arranging situations, opening doors you don't even know about, sending opportunities, and preparing blessings that will show up bigger than you expect. Every unpaid bill, every delayed payment, every disappointment, every closed door, every time you were told no, none of it was the end. All of it is part of a setup for the yes that is coming with God's perfect timing. Your faith, your patience, your trust, even your tears are not being wasted. What you think is empty right now is actually the exact place where God is building your new increase. He is clearing things out, rearranging circumstances, and guiding the right people toward you. So your bank account, your resources, and your finances will rise again. The question is, are you ready to see the signs, recognize the open doors, and receive the financial favor that is already on its way to you? Because your breakthrough is not just possible, it is guaranteed by the one who cannot fail. So trust the invisible plan. Even when your bank account looks dry or small, there is a divine design working quietly that is preparing your financial rise. Align yourself with God's timing, because delays are not rejections. Every wait is actually a setup for something much bigger and much better than what you imagine. Pay attention to divine opportunities. God often sends ideas, people, and open doors disguised as simple moments. Train your eyes to see them and act with courage. Let go of fear and the mindset of scarcity. Fear blocks blessings. Worry builds walls. Doubt closes doors. When you release fear, you make space for abundance. Be persistent and grateful. Being faithful in small steps and thankful for small blessings activates bigger blessings that are already assigned to your life. Even when your bank account feels empty, when the numbers look discouraging, or when life tests your patience in every direction, remember there is a deeper plan moving behind the scenes. It is easy to feel defeated when the evidence in front of you looks like lack, but what you see is never the whole story. There is always a hidden plan, a bigger picture, a divine script being written that goes beyond your understanding. You may have faced setbacks, money, problems, unexpected losses, or moments when it felt like maybe God wasn't listening, but those moments are not failures. They are part of the setup for your breakthrough. Every season that felt empty, every period of waiting, every financial struggle, all of them are part of the preparation for the abundance being formed for you. Many times we can't see the invisible plan because we focus too much on the numbers in our accounts, the bills on our table, or the challenges that seem too big. But God works in places we do not see. He moves in the quiet, behind closed doors, in conversations you know nothing about, and in opportunities that you will soon step into. Trusting the invisible plan means believing that something good is happening even when nothing looks good right now. Many people depend only on what they can see. They move only when the proof is in front of them. But faith is understanding that the invisible is more real than the visible. Faith is knowing that God's provision and favor are already in motion, even if they haven't appeared yet. When you believe in what you cannot yet see, you step into a flow of divine movement that nothing on earth can block. The universe, under God's control, begins to shape things around you. Circumstances shift, people change, doors open, and suddenly what looked impossible becomes possible. Your bank account may not have the numbers you want right now, but the foundation for increase is already being built. Your job is to stay patient, stay committed, and stay expectant, because God is already creating the space for your financial breakthrough. Think about a seed. A seed does not show its fruit the moment it is planted. First, it is placed underground in the dark, hidden from sight. No one claps for it. No one celebrates it. It looks like nothing is happening. But inside that seed is full potential waiting to grow into something bigger. Your financial situation is like that seed. The struggles, the challenges, the disappointments, they are like the soil covering the seed. They are not there to bury you, but to help you grow. Trust the process. Trust what you cannot see. Growth is happening even when your eyes see nothing. Every small effort, every brave decision, every step of faith, every moment you refuse to give up, these are the drops of water and sunlight that prepare your harvest. Trusting the invisible plan also means releasing the need to control everything. Many times we try to force results. We stress, push, overthink, and try to figure everything out. But when we stop trying to control outcomes and instead let God lead, we create space for miracles. God's timing often looks very different from our timing. Opportunities might come from places you never expected. People you never imagined might show up with exactly the help you needed. Ideas may come to you that shift your entire financial path. Investments or projects that look small may suddenly multiply. When you trust the invisible plan, you align yourself with divine provision, and you no longer depend only on your own strength. Another important part of trusting this unseen plan is learning to wait with faith. Waiting is hard. Waiting tests us. Waiting pushes our patience. You might wonder, how long before things change? How long before the money comes? Why does it look like others are moving forward while you feel stuck? But waiting is not punishment. Waiting is preparation. In the waiting, your character grows. In the waiting, your faith is strengthened. In the waiting, your wisdom increases. And in the waiting, God arranges the right timing for your blessing. What feels slow to you is perfect timing to God. Your current struggle is not the final story. It is a chapter, not the end. Every successful person has gone through times of lack, times of waiting, times of confusion. What made them succeed was their ability to trust the invisible plan, continue moving forward, and keep believing even when nothing looked promising. You can do the same. You can rise above your situation. You can see your finances shift when you stop letting temporary struggles decide your long-term future. Finally, trusting the invisible plan requires patience and action working together. God is working in the unseen, but you are also called to move in the visible. This might mean learning new skills, exploring fresh opportunities, starting a new idea, taking small steps of discipline, or simply managing what you have wisely. When your actions match your faith, you are partnering with God in your breakthrough. Faith without action is hope waiting. Action without faith is effort wasted. But when faith and action move together, they create unstoppable momentum. And that momentum is what lifts your bank account, your resources, your opportunities, and your entire financial life to new heights. Your breakthrough is not far. It is already forming. Stay faithful. Stay ready. Your bank account will rise again. Your current financial state does not determine your future. The hidden plan that God is arranging is far greater than anything you have imagined. By trusting this unseen plan, staying patient while waiting, and taking steps that align with divine guidance, you position yourself to experience a financial increase that is certain, unstoppable, and life-changing. Every quiet moment is preparation. Every difficulty is a setup, and every act of faith is a building block. Believe it and receive it. Your bank account will grow again. Delays are not rejections. This is a truth that everyone who has faced financial struggles must understand and accept. How often do we look at our accounts, at bills piling up, or at opportunities passing by and feel as if God has forgotten us? How often do we feel impatient, frustrated, or even angry because our dreams are not appearing as quickly as we want? Yet every delay, every pause, every season of waiting is not punishment or denial. It is a preparation, a divine arrangement for something far greater than we can picture. God's timing is perfect, even when ours seems rushed or misaligned. Think about nature for a moment. A farmer plants seeds, but the harvest does not appear the next day. There is a season of growth, a time when roots strengthen, stems rise, and the plant gathers energy unseen beneath the surface. If the farmer dug up every seed to check its growth, the process would be disturbed entirely. Similarly, God's timing in our financial lives requires patience and trust. What looks like a delay is really unseen preparation, the careful alignment of circumstances, relationships, and opportunities that will produce a harvest much bigger than any rushed attempt at growth could create. It is natural to want immediate results. Human nature craves instant satisfaction. We want money now, success now, breakthroughs now. But God works on a level beyond human understanding. Delays are not barriers. They are divine adjustments. They allow our faith to grow, our wisdom to increase, and our character to be strengthened. Every day of waiting is a day of preparation, a day in which God moves unseen pieces into place so that when your bank account rises, it rises permanently and abundantly without setbacks. There is a powerful lesson in understanding divine timing. It teaches trust, humility, and surrender. When we see that everything is unfolding according to a perfect plan, we are freed from the weight of trying to force outcomes through stress, worry, or fear. Waiting becomes an act of faith, not a trial of despair. Instead of seeing the delay as a block, we begin to see it as a doorway to something higher, richer, and far beyond what we currently imagine. God's timing is not random. It is precise, intentional, and perfectly designed to match the fullness of your blessing. Consider the stories of those who achieved extraordinary financial success. In almost every case, they faced delays, setbacks, and moments when the path forward seemed impossible. Yet those delays were not failures. They were necessary stages in their journey. Each delay gave them experience, perspective, and understanding that could not have been gained otherwise. By trusting God's timing, they avoided premature choices, wrong investments, and missed opportunities. They learned patience, discernment, and the importance of acting at the right time. The financial increase they eventually received was not only from their actions, but also from the unseen orchestration of divine timing. Waiting also teaches discernment. When God delays, He is often positioning us to recognize opportunities we might otherwise miss. He is preparing the people, resources, and situations that will maximize the effect of our financial breakthrough. A rushed decision can cause loss, frustration, or wasted effort. Trusting the delay lets us step into our blessings fully prepared, fully aligned, and fully aware of the responsibility that comes with abundance. Delays are God's way of making sure that when the time arrives, we are ready to receive, not just for ourselves, but for the greater purpose our prosperity will serve. Another key part of divine timing is strengthening faith. Faith grows stronger in the fire of waiting. It becomes deeper when we hold firm, even when circumstances seem unfavorable. Every moment of patience is an act of courage, a statement that we believe in. The invisible plan, trust God's perfect timing, and are willing to wait for the fulfillment of our blessings. This kind of faith is unshakable, resilient, and steady. It becomes the foundation upon which lasting financial abundance is built. It is also vital to understand that delays do not mean inactivity. While waiting, there is still work to do, skills to improve, knowledge to learn, connections to build, and small actions to take that match God's plan. Waiting is active preparation, not passive surrender. Every step you take in harmony with divine timing brings you closer to the moment when your bank account will rise. By combining patient faith with inspired action, you position yourself to receive blessings fully and completely without compromise or obstruction. Remember this: the length of waiting does not determine the size of the reward. God's timing is never late. It is always perfect. What seems like a long delay is often exactly what is needed to maximize your financial increase, deepen your understanding, and prepare you to handle blessings without fear or mismanagement. Trust that every moment of waiting is carefully orchestrated, and when the breakthrough arrives, it will come with unstoppable momentum, unstoppable abundance, and unstoppable impact. Delays are not denials. They are divine signals, preparation, and hidden opportunities. When you accept the perfection of God's timing, your frustration becomes peace, impatience becomes hope, and uncertainty becomes confidence. Your bank account will grow, not randomly, but in divine order, perfectly timed and multiplied abundantly. Your breakthrough is coming, and each day of waiting brings you one step closer to the manifestation of your financial destiny. Opportunities often appear in subtle, unexpected ways, and sometimes even as challenges. Recognizing divine opportunities is not always easy because they rarely look exactly as we imagine. They may show up as a new job, an unplanned conversation, a chance encounter, or a situation that initially seems difficult or inconvenient. Yet, if you are paying attention, if your heart is tuned to God's movement in your life, you will start seeing the signs. God often sends the right people, ideas, and openings exactly when they are needed most. But if we are impatient, unaware, or rushed, these opportunities can be overlooked, wasted, or misunderstood. Each waiting period, each perceived delay is a training ground. It is where your discernment sharpens, your awareness heightens, and your faith deepens. The financial rise that God has prepared for you is not just a result of luck or effort, but of patient alignment with His divine timing. The unseen work He does during waiting is far greater than any action we could take on our own. It positions us to receive with gratitude, wisdom, and readiness. Nothing that God prepares is wasted. Every setback is a setup, every pause is a step, and every moment of trust is a seed planted for harvest. The riches that come in His time are lasting, abundant, and transformative. They carry lessons, growth, and a foundation for continued prosperity. When your bank account rises, it will be a testament not only to your actions, but also to your patience, faith, and the divine orchestration that guided your journey. Every delay you encounter is a step closer to a blessing perfectly designed for you. Do not despair or doubt. Keep trusting, keep walking, and keep believing. God's plan is bigger than your present struggle, greater than your current understanding, and more rewarding than your most ambitious dreams. Every day of waiting is a day of invisible preparation. Every challenge is an unseen opportunity. Every moment of faith is a building block for the financial rise that is coming. Stand firm, remain patient, and act when the guidance comes. Your breakthrough is inevitable, unstoppable, and life-changing. Trust the process, trust God's timing, and watch as the invisible plan unfolds into a reality more amazing than you ever imagined. Recognizing opportunities requires both awareness and trust. Many of us fail to notice these chances because we focus on the wrong things. We concentrate on problems, worry about shortages, or get caught up in what isn't working. When our vision is clouded by doubt, fear, or negativity, we miss the doors that God is opening for us. These moments are brief and sometimes appear only once. yet they carry the potential to change your financial future. God's opportunities are like seeds, small and often unnoticed at first, but capable of growing into huge, life-changing abundance if we nurture them with faith and action. Opportunities often come with a feeling of intuition, a quiet nudge, or an inner pull toward a certain path. This is not coincidence. This is divine guidance. God is pointing you toward your financial breakthrough. You might meet someone who gives advice, introduces a key connection, or presents a chance you had never imagined. You might come across an idea that sparks creativity, innovation, or a completely new stream of income. Recognizing these signs requires an open mind, a willing heart, and the courage to act when prompted. Fear and hesitation can make opportunities pass by, but faith-driven action aligns you with the favor God is sending. Sometimes the best opportunities come disguised as problems. A challenge at work, a sudden change in circumstances, or an unexpected obstacle may feel like a setback, but hidden within it is a chance for growth, learning, and financial increase. God has a way of turning obstacles into stepping stones, losses into lessons, and closed doors into gateways for greater blessings. The key is perspective. When you begin to view life through the lens of divine possibility, every challenge becomes a potential opportunity. Your role is to stay alert, receptive, and ready to act with faith when these moments appear. Another important part of recognizing opportunities is aligning yourself with God's purpose. Opportunities do not always appear in the shape or form we expect, and sometimes they require us to step beyond our comfort zones or adjust our plans. But these opportunities are never random. They are meant for your life, your gifts, and your path to abundance. When you follow God's guidance, you can tell which opportunities are meant for you and which are distractions. Divine opportunities are always in harmony with your ultimate good and your destined financial growth. Recognizing opportunities also requires patience and discernment. Not every chance that comes your way should be taken, and not every opportunity leads to long-term prosperity. God often tests our wisdom, patience, and dedication to follow His guidance. By developing spiritual insight, listening carefully to God's direction, and evaluating each opportunity with prayerful thought, you position yourself to act at the right moment, in the right way, and with maximum effect. Timing and alignment matter as much as the opportunity itself. Faith plays a crucial role in taking hold of divine opportunities. Many times, opportunities require bravery to take a risk, to trust beyond what you see, and to step forward even when unsure. Fear can freeze us and blind us, causing us to miss the blessings already coming our way. But when you act in faith, even small steps show your readiness to receive, and God's favor amplifies the impact of your actions. Opportunities that may have seemed minor can become life-changing when embraced with trust and confidence in divine guidance. Action is the bridge between opportunity and abundance. Opportunities alone cannot create change. They need your participation, your initiative, and your faith-driven effort. When God opens a door, it is your responsibility to walk through it, take inspired steps, and maximize what He has provided. The combination of divine timing, discernment, and action ensures that the opportunities you recognize today lead to financial breakthroughs tomorrow. Waiting passively is not enough. You must engage, step forward, and act when the moment comes. Remember that divine opportunities are part of a bigger plan. Every person, every encounter, and every chance that comes your way is a thread in the tapestry of your life's abundance. By recognizing these opportunities and responding with faith, gratitude, and Diligence, you position yourself to receive the increase God has already planned. Your resources will grow, your finances will expand, and your life will be transformed, but only if you open your eyes, trust God's guidance, and act when prompted. Opportunities are everywhere, but only those who see them, believe in them, and move in faith will experience the financial rise meant for them. Fear and scarcity are two of the most powerful barriers that block the flow of abundance in your life. When fear grips your heart, it clouds your judgment, reduces your faith, and stops you from taking the steps needed to receive the blessings already on their way. Scarcity, the belief that there isn't enough to go around, traps you in a mindset of lack even when God's provision is limitless. To experience the financial rise destined for you, you must let go of these mental and emotional chains because they have no place in the life of someone following God's plan. Fear often pretends to be caution. It whispers doubts, tells you you are not ready, warns of failure, and keeps you frozen in the face of opportunity. Yet fear is not truth. It is a barrier to faith. God's favor does not coexist with fear. Every financial miracle, every act of abundance requires stepping into the unknown with trust. You must choose to believe that the resources, guidance, and support you need are already on their way, even if you cannot see them yet. By refusing to give in to fear, you create space for divine intervention, letting God's provision flow freely into your life. Scarcity works the same way. When you focus constantly on what you lack, how little you have, or what could go wrong, you attract more lack. Your mind acts like a magnet, drawing into your life the very circumstances you focus on. Scarcity blinds you to the abundance already around you. It blinds you to the opportunities God is placing on your path and the gifts already on their way. Letting go of scarcity means embracing the truth that God's resources are limitless and that your financial rise is not limited by past failures or present situations. Faith, on the other hand, is the solution to both fear and scarcity. Faith sees what the eyes cannot yet perceive. Faith believes in the unseen plan. Faith acts with confidence even when the world says no or when circumstances seem impossible. When you choose faith over fear, when you choose abundance over scarcity, you align yourself with the flow of God's blessings. You start to see doors open, resources appear, and opportunities manifest in ways that defy human logic. This alignment with divine provision allows your life to grow in ways you never imagined, is what transforms your bank account, your finances, and ultimately your life. Another important part of releasing fear and scarcity is gratitude. Gratitude shifts your attention from what is missing to what is already present. It retrains your mind to notice abundance in both small and big forms, to see blessings even in disguise, and to celebrate the progress that is already happening. When you are thankful for even the smallest gifts, you signal to the universe and to God that you are ready to receive more. Gratitude is not just a feeling. It is an active choice that opens the door to greater favor, multiplies opportunities, and brings exponential financial growth. Fear often grows in isolation. When you keep your struggles and doubts to yourself, they become stronger. But when you share your hopes, seek advice, or connect with mentors and faith-filled people, fear loses its grip. Similarly, scarcity thinking fades when you surround yourself with those who think in terms of abundance, who understand God's generosity, and who encourage a mindset of growth and provision. Community guidance and support strengthen faith and weaken fear, making it easier to step into the divine opportunities waiting for you. It's also important to remember that fear and scarcity are not permanent states. They are temporary conditions of the mind that can be transformed through consistent, intentional actions. Each time you choose faith over fear, each time you focus on abundance instead of lack, you build your ability to operate in a mindset of provision. This repeated practice rewires your thinking, develops spiritual resilience, and positions you to receive the financial increase God is orchestrating. The more you refuse to entertain fear and scarcity, the stronger your faith becomes, and the more unstoppable your rise becomes. Taking bold, faith-filled action is another key step. Fear paralyzes, faith moves, scarcity hesitates, abundance acts. When you respond to opportunities, take inspired steps, and make decisions based on trust rather than worry, you show that you are ready to receive God's financial favor. Every action taken in faith multiplies the potential for breakthrough. Each step forward, no matter how small, strengthens your momentum and signals to the universe that you are prepared to handle greater abundance. Finally, understand that God's provision is not limited by human understanding. There is always more than enough for those who trust, act, and align with His plan. When you release fear and scarcity, you not only open the door for financial blessings, but you also prepare your heart to be a worthy vessel for abundance. Fear and scarcity keep you trapped in limitation, but faith and trust propel you into a life of divine financial freedom. By letting go, by believing, and by stepping forward in gratitude and courage, you allow your bank account to grow in ways that are unstoppable, inevitable, and life-changing. Your fear does not define you. Your scarcity does not limit you. God's provision is limitless. And when you release what has held you back, you make space for the miracles that have been waiting for you. Trust that the financial increase you have been seeking is on its way. Step forward with confidence, faith, and expectation, and watch how God multiplies your efforts and opens doors you never even imagined. The flow of abundance becomes unstoppable once fear and scarcity are removed, and your life will never be the same again. Persistence and gratitude are two of the most powerful forces you can harness to unlock the financial rise that is destined for you. While many look for instant results, God's blessings often require patience, endurance, and a heart that refuses to quit. It is not enough to pray for abundance and then wait passively. True breakthroughs come to those who continue to act in faith, remain committed to their purpose, and cultivate a spirit of thankfulness for every step along the journey. Your faithfulness in small actions and your gratitude for little blessings serve as the keys that unlock the exponential increase God has prepared for your life. Persistence is more than stubbornness. It is a conscious, faith-driven choice to keep moving forward even when the road seems long, uncertain, or full of obstacles. It is the refusal to be discouraged by setbacks, the determination to rise after every fall, and the courage to keep sowing seeds even when results are not immediately visible. God honors persistence. He rewards those who refuse to give up, those who maintain their vision despite temporary challenges, and those who continue to trust in His invisible plan even when circumstances suggest otherwise. Every act of persistence builds momentum, and momentum is what propels your financial breakthrough into reality. Think about the power of faith combined with persistence. Faith without action is hope waiting. Persistence without faith is effort wasted. When you persist in alignment with God's guidance, every step you take becomes a building block for your abundance. Small, consistent actions, whether paying off debt, learning a new skill, saving carefully, or investing wisely, compound over time. These actions, performed with faith and perseverance, create a foundation so strong that when God's favor manifests, it cannot be shaken. Your bank account will rise not by chance, but by the combined power of persistent action and divine orchestration. Gratitude, on the other hand, transforms your heart and mind, opening the door to blessings you may not even have imagined. When you are thankful for what you have, you shift your focus from lack to abundance. Gratitude strengthens faith because it reminds you of God's provision in the past, reinforcing the belief that He will continue to provide in the future. Even small blessings, when noticed and appreciated, carry immense power. They signal to God and the universe that you recognize His hand at work, that you value what has been entrusted to you, and that you are ready to receive more. Gratitude turns waiting into worship, challenges into lessons, and scarcity into opportunity. The combination of persistence and gratitude creates a spiritual magnet that draws blessings toward you. Persistence shows God your dedication and willingness to act, while gratitude shows your readiness to receive. Together, they create unstoppable momentum in your life, a force that aligns you with the flow of abundance. No setback can stop you. No temporary lack can discourage you. No challenge can prevent your bank account from rising. This is the power of combining persistent action with a thankful heart. It is also important to understand that persistence is a test of character. Every challenge you face, every obstacle that appears, and every delay in financial increase is a chance to strengthen your resolve. Each time you choose to keep going despite difficulty, you are building resilience, wisdom, and spiritual maturity. This preparation ensures that when your breakthrough comes, you are ready not only to receive it, but also to manage it wisely. God's blessings are multiplied for those who are prepared, and persistence is the tool that equips you to handle abundance responsibly. Gratitude amplifies not only your faith, but also your clarity. When you focus on what you are thankful for, you notice opportunities that may have been invisible before. You see doors opening, people offering help, and ideas that spark innovation. Gratitude sharpens your perception, allowing you to recognize the signs that God is moving in your life. It keeps your heart and mind open so that when financial favor arrives, you are ready to embrace it fully without hesitation or doubt. Persistence and gratitude also inspire others and attract support. When people see your steady faith, consistent effort, and thankful attitude, they are naturally drawn to help, collaborate, and encourage you on your path.